Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Paint Everywhere. My name is Mike Sisti. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about art and criticism, and also a little bit about collectors. So I wanted to thank you, first of all, for joining me on Paint Everywhere. I'm actually recording this from the place where I house my art, in a studio. It's not really a studio. It is a empty office in the location where I work at the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. It's pretty cool. Where I'm recording this from, it's basically it used to be like a Chinese restaurant years ago, and I think it's kind of cool how it all kind of developed, because I think it says a lot about different opportunities I think artists should take when they see and kind of make for themselves. If you're, just starting out. Like I said, I've only been doing this for a couple of years, but like I said, I work on the 5th floor at the Journal-Sentinel, and, I was walking by this empty office space. It's on the lobby level of the building that I work in. And, I'd walk by it every day and I would see it was empty. And, I started painting these pretty big abstract paintings, 4x5. And, they were big and they were taking up room in my basement. And, I was, selling some, but not nearly as many as I was painting, because I was just enjoying painting so much. But, I had places to put them in my basement, but no one was really seeing them. So, I was walking by this studio, this empty empty office every day. And I thought, this would be a good place to put my art. But, I reached out to the building and I said, hey, is it okay, if I display some of my art in here? And even before I did that, I'd made up a mock drawing of what it would look like, a mock illustration with my art, and even like the architects do with the fake people looking at it, like a rendering. And I sent it to them, and they said, yeah, sure. So it's been here for about a year, and people come in and they can look at it, and it's a great place to tell people. It is open to the public. You can come in and take a look at it and look around. So I just wanted to kind of mention that's where I'm recording this from today. And if you are watching on YouTube, if you're listening to this podcast on iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcasts, that's great. But if you're watching this on YouTube, you can kind of see the surroundings of where I'm recording this from. But I wanted to talk, like I said, about criticism and how it comes. I post a lot of painting videos on YouTube, and I do it in kind of time-lapse form. So like I record myself painting the video, and then I post it as a time-lapse video. And I've been doing this for for the last couple of years since I've started painting. It's probably been about 18 months. And, I get a lot of comments on either whether it's Facebook or TikTok or YouTube Shorts, like, that's great, good work. And there's, not a lot of really, and I love that, and I'm very happy with that. And I think it has helped with sales. I think people see it and then they say, oh, maybe that's something I'm interested in. And then they reach out to me, which is fantastic. But as someone's just starting out, you really kind of want to get better, and you really need, and I don't have a circle of art friends really necessarily. I have some, but it's not necessarily a group that we get together and we critique each other's work. But for whatever reason, the last couple shorts that I posted on YouTube, I've been getting some comments, and I have some of them here in front of me, and I just wanted to read some of them. There's the typical, nice comments that you get, like, wow, best abstract painting, that I've ever seen, or whatever. But then this one in particular was fascinating to me, because there was a lot of negative comments. Maybe we'll post a picture of it on YouTube, but it doesn't really matter what the painting is. It was a multicolored abstract painting with, color, with white and black lines, but started out with, I'll read some of them. This is not art, useless, easy art. And, man, this is just lame. It looks nice, but it's just color outline with white, then black line on some of it, which is exactly what it was. That he described it perfectly. And I'm going to be honest, I don't like it. And, then there's another one, this is great. But, it was, to be honest with you, I got these negative comments and it was really kind of refreshing, because for the longest time I was posting these videos. And like I said, it was just like, great, I like it, especially on Facebook. You got all your Facebook friends. No one's going to say negative things for the most part anyway. But, I teach a photography class at Marquette University. And we talk about constructive criticism versus just general, I don't like it, kind of criticism. And you need to critique with a goal in mind, with a way. The goal with a critique, I think, in my mind, is to help someone get better. Where there was the one comment where the guy, IMSR Newt commented, that's his username. Man, this is just lame. It looks nice, but it's just color outline. And this one I actually followed up on. I reply to all of my comments, whether they're negative or positive on YouTube. And I said, when he replied to that, I said, my comment back to him was, I love this. It's really hard to get honest critique anywhere nowadays. People on social media are timid when they say what they really think. And in person, I rarely get a candid response, which is true. But you're right. And like I said, you explained it perfectly, but it sure was fun to make. And then what was kind of nice is he replied back to that. And he says, when I was watching it, it looks like you place the color with purpose, and then you zoom out and see all the different colors in mine. And I was thinking of all the possibilities you can do with the canvas. So he starts to elaborate a little bit more about the possibilities he saw and what I could do and where I kind of failed. And the first thing that came to mind was the colorful cityscape. And then you outlined it with white, and the possibilities started to fade. So this is, I think, where the critique is helpful. He saw something. He didn't just say, this is lame or I don't like it. I think that's really important. And that's what I'm going to start to try to do. I think, and this taught me something. It taught me to, when I'm seeing work, and it really depends. You don't want to just go on and critique every single thing, every single painting you see and give it, and they talk about the compliment sandwich where, and nowadays, especially students they're not falling for it. And the compliment sandwich is you say something nice, you say, this is really nice. What I would have changed is this, but I think you did a really good job. So you have a compliment and then you have a critique and then you have a compliment. That doesn't always, I think, float the boat when it comes to critiquing anymore. I was reading an article about it, and especially college students nowadays, they kind of see right through it. I think the goal in the critique is I think a little bit what he did is he said he saw something in it, and then it kind of went away, and I think that was helpful to me. And then he also said, after you add the black lines, I felt disappointed. There was a massive missed opportunity to make something interesting there. And then he finishes it off with, keep up the good work, mate. So, that was nice. It was and I'm glad that I followed up with it. So, I guess my point here in all of this is to critique with the intention of helping. That really does help. And man, you're talking about social media here, and that is just a whole another different wormhole you can crawl down when people are just nasty and mean. But for the most part, I think you can direct the critique into a civil conversation. I think the person that said something about the fact that this is useless, easy art, I commented back, that as a joke, I said, that sounds like the name of my first art gallery that I'm going to open up, Useless Easy Art. So, you can have fun with it sometimes too. But so I think that is all that I have to say today. And I just want to thank you for following along with me and listening to this podcast. And if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching on YouTube. I have a bunch of art for sale. If you're interested, I'll put some links down in the show notes where you can take a look at it and where you can reach me if you're interested in purchasing it. So I'm having a blast doing this. Like I said, it's only been actually 18 months. I started in the spring of 2023. I'm recording this on a cold 10-degree January day in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I'm I'm having a ball. So if you're just starting out working and painting, keep at it. And if you've been doing it a long time, that's awesome. Congrats to you. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. Until next time.